Well, Stevie, that first elusive home league win, and team did it in some style.
No, listen, first and foremost, I thought it was a great advert for the Scottish Championship. Some heart-stopping moments in it, right from the kick-off, though I've not seen it back myself, but by all accounts it's a clear penalty in Kevin Nisbet. You're thinking, no, is it another one of these days in the early parts of the game? But I thought the first goal was terrific. Well worked with Ryan Dow, great flick for Kevin Nisbet and Greg Stumbrelli taking it round the keeper. But no, as I say, to take all 3 points today, delighted for everybody.
Yeah, as you say, started off brightly in the first half, and good to see a partnership developing between Kevin Nisbet and Greg Kiltie. Very calm finish from Greg.
No, as I say, Greg he's done a job for us out in the left. I think he's more creative through the middle, but it's a means must sort of situation we found ourselves in. Decision today, Kels had to go out in the left due to the lack of width we've got in our team at the moment, but Greg's done very well. Over the 90 minutes he's laid on a great pass for Andy Ryan, who scored for a tight angle as well to score the winning goal in the game.
Yeah, came back at you as you would expect them to. Bit unlucky the way the goal was conceded just before half time. An unlucky rebound off Ashley after a good save by Cammy Gill, but that set it up for another, as you say, an open game in the second half. With it could have gone either way.
No, it did. We lose a goal just before half time. Disappointed. It's stuff that we can work on with the group. The through ball and them getting space to put in the cross. But as I say, Cammy's pulled off a decent save and it hits off Ashley and ends up in the back of the net. But I thought the boys' response, as I say, to go 2-1 down in the game. On another day we might have just seen the game out at 2-1, but terrific equaliser. Lee Ashcroft will not catch one any better in his career. It was an absolute screamer, and I think it was there for everybody to see what it meant at that moment. If you look at that moment, his goal celebration, the players, and what it meant to the fans, and it gave us something. Cammy's pulled off some wonder saves, but collectively as a team, you end up with two boys with headwinds today. And as I say, Andy Ryan comes in and scores another goal. He came off the bench against Morton, took his goal well, and he's managed to score a winner today, and credit to him, because for the last 2 or 3 weeks he's been working very hard in the training ground and he was deserving of his chance.
Of course, a tactical wonder stroke by the manager, bringing Andy Ryan on, taking your top scorer Kevin Nisbet off. A brave decision. Not all the fans were happy, but the point was proved when Andy came up with the goods in the closing minutes.
It's not just as easy as going, right, we're going to look on and take our top goal scorer off, especially when we're behind. Andy Ryan, as I say, has been looking really good in training. He's been working hard for a number of weeks now, and that's what I want. I want that response. Greg Kiltie was having an influence just in behind him, behind Kevin Nisbet, and Ryan Dow and Josh Coley were providing the width. So it was a tough decision. I've got to thank my backroom staff, Jason and Greg. We took 3 or 4 minutes to think about it at a time when we were 2-1 behind. And it was a collective decision. It was the right decision because Andy's come on and brought a spark to the game as well. Yes, he needed other 10 players to make chances for him, but he done very well in the space of time he was on the pitch.
You mentioned a couple of players picking up knocks, including Paul Payton at the end. You brought him back into the team, and his experience is vital in a young team. Big influence today.
Paul's influence isn't just when you see him passing the ball around. We brought him in. He's a winner. Paul's a winner, and that'll help develop players. And he's took a nasty one at the end. As I say, it was a bad wound, and I don't know if there was any malice in it. Andy Geoghegan's an honest boy, but as I say, he galvanises the team. He dictates what he wants other boys to do when you're going through hard periods in games, and he's a credit to himself because today I think he was 3 weeks out with an ankle injury, and no doubt he's still feeling the aches and pains from it, but he'll take a lot of pleasure in leading the team out today and to get our first home victory of the season.
You've got Joe Thompson coming back close to match fitness, so increasing options for team selection in the weeks ahead, and a good mood in the camp, I'm sure.
As it's a positive end to the first quarter. As I say, we've answered a few questions today. I'm delighted. The supporters will go home happy tonight knowing that we've put that one to bed. A home win. But the players, and there's a lot of good people at the club buying into this, developing young players. I'm not saying it to embarrass him. Josh Edwards found that he had a very difficult afternoon today. Ayr were very good going forward. He was tried and tested, and you know he's sitting in that dressing room after a game knowing that he's had a tough afternoon, but we're here to help players, we're here to develop them, and you know there's no shame in that. Josh Edwards gave his absolute lot today, and he'll face more afternoons like that, but we've got to create an environment where we're going to help and develop players to allow them to progress in their careers. And you know Josh Edwards should walk out the dressing room tonight with a smile on his face. He's been great since coming into the club, and he'll have a big future at this club.
Dundee United next on the back of a heavy defeat. That could go either way, but you'll be going into the game with confidence.
Yeah, and I think that's 4 games undefeated now, and that's a massive lift for us. You look at the results today, you know there's nothing in the league, and I've said that. Unfortunately, we found ourselves near the bottom end, and it's important that victory gets us closer to that 4th spot, you know, because that's the playoff spot that we're looking to try and get into. As I say, there's probably looking back at the Dundee United first half here has been our most disappointing performance of the season so far, but we can go up there with a lot of confidence, not being overconfident, continue to work hard. There's players now asking me questions that aren't starting games, and you know it makes it tough because you've got to make brave decisions, but that's the culture we want to create at the club.